and maybe we need new talent on the show. Are you getting rid of yourself, Phil, or are you trying to replace Daniel? I'm not sure. But not a normal 12 points broadcast. But guys, welcome to the show, and thanks for joining us. If you do join us throughout the evening here, and I think this is going to go about 40 minutes or so on this live stream broadcast. The value in it, I think, is going to be the rewatch. So we're going to have a lot of tips, tricks, and your questions coming up right now on the Pathfinder show. Welcome to the show, everybody, and we'll keep flashing up those shout outs out there. If you can, by the way, think of any questions. Of course, you guys, Wesley, Steven, y'all got the show notes beforehand, right?
Yes, sir.
I may have missed something. So I'm hoping you'll cover for me on that. All right. And we're just about a minute away from the beginning of the show. And I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm just going to take this rock and roll music out just to do the proper start to the show. Guys, bear with us as we stumble through today's show. It's our first live stream. That's not the 12 points live stream. So here we go. The Pathfinders show is a live stream broadcast meant to help you plan and prepare for a great outing to Scoutland this summer. And our show today is filled with lots of tips to help you and your scouts get ready for the big adventure coming very soon. It is live, and we invite you to drop your questions down in the comments for our panel of experts to help answer. If you're joining us on the rebroadcast, and you missed the live stream, drop any questions down below, and we'll have one of our experts get the right answer to you as quickly as possible. For more details on Pathfinders or any one of the summer camping opportunities coming up this summer, to be sure to check us out on the web at nega-bsa.org. And if you know someone who is attending Pathfinders, be sure to share this video with them right now. Let's give everybody a big round of applause. Guys, welcome to the show. Thanks for being on here today. And this is our expert panel. It's Wesley Rhodes, who's the staff advisor for the Pathfinders project, and Scoutmaster Stephen Bell, who not only sends scouts to Pathfinders, but is also one of our instructors for the Pathfinders. So which merit badge do you teach, Stephen? Just remind me. I can't remember.
I teach salesmanship merit badge, and
that's right.
Fill in for some science stuff too, isn't it?
Yes, very good. So welcome to the show, everybody. And I'm going to try to keep an eye on, I'm running the show, and I'm going to do the comments and questions here. Let's see. Next is the Summer Quest show, right? Yeah, we are. Good question, Scott. We are going to do a Summer Quest show, but let me just got to stay in the lane today on Pathfinders. So yeah, Scoutland getting a lot of love this week here.
Yeah.
From the 12 Point Studio. Anyway, we are going to do a similar show on the Summer of Cub Fun, but today's show is for Scouts BSA, and specifically talking about a huge program that we do during the first 2 weeks called Pathfinders. Normally on this show we do news and notes. There's no news and notes except for that this just in from Scouting America is new merit badge updates. I actually got this off of the Suffolk County Council Scouting America Facebook page. But let's look at this, y'all. Scouting America, in partnership with YouTube, Facebook. We're partnering with YouTube, Facebook, Microsoft, and Godiva. Did you know that, Wesley? This is really new.
I haven't heard about this. Yeah, this is
to announce the launch of new merit badge. So we're launching new merit badges, and you're hearing it first right here live on the Pathfinder show here. So recognizing new skills being developed, and it looks like we're doing one called Influencer Merit Badge. They stole that. That's a
Pathfinder's thing.
That was our idea. And and it looks like we have one called the Minecraft Merit Badge. That we should have did that a long time ago. Chocolate here. And the Gaga, and that looks like the shape of a Gaga ball pit, maybe Gaga pit, whatever you call it, merit badge. So that's coming up in 2026. I just wanted you to know, by the way, this is an April Fool's Day broadcast, but everything
Ah,
from this slide forward is not a joke. We're actually going to talk about the Pathfinders. Did I have you going on that one, Steve?
Hey, I was ready for some chocolatiering now, Daniel. That sounded exciting to me.
Now, just in truth to our audience out there, I didn't prep that. That was not in the prep notes for the show, so they didn't know that was going to be in there. Anyway, on today's show, the Pathfinder show, if you want to screen grab that, and after the show in the rebroadcast, we will post all of the timestamps so you can skip through. I hope you won't skip through, though. I hope you'll join us for the whole show, watch the whole show all the way to the end, because it helps our channel, but also because there's a lot of great information on Pathfinders today, and some stuff that you'll want to, Scoutmasters out there especially, take notes or watch the show, and then be sure to share this with your scouts that are planning to go. And this just helps them to be prepared, because there's a chance that you might not be there with them. I hope you will be, but you might not be. So on today's show, the Pathfinder show, what is Pathfinder? Let's get started here, guys. It's a live Q&A. So it probably makes the show better when you ask questions. Drop those down in the comments. But first up, Pathfinders. What is Pathfinders? Wesley, what is Pathfinders?
well, I would always say that Pathfinders is 10 days of merit badges. Every day we've got 20 merit badges at least going, with a scout camp twist on it. So you're at camp, you're with other scouts from all around Georgia, even sometimes as far away as South Carolina, Virginia, Florida. People come all over for Pathfinders. There are 44 different merit badges that we are offering this year that you can take at Pathfinders. One key thing about Pathfinders is you earn one merit badge per day. So you don't take, like at summer camp where you might take 3 or 4, work on them all week a day. You do one merit badge, you're supposed to complete the whole thing, or as much as physically possible to complete in one day at camp.
Yes, anything to add there, Stephen?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. It's those chances to hyper focus on something and go home at the end of the day knowing that you've really dug in deep and completed something in the process.
absolutely. It is kind of unique. It's not summer camp, and it's not like Cub Scout day camp or something like that. But it is one day and one merit badge, and you get 10 opportunities to do. You could go all 10 days, right? What can you go all 10 days?
You go all 10. You go 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 10
I wonder,
days,
do we have any
anywhere in
scouts that
between.
go all 10 days?
Oh, yes. Every year we have some of these very
Oh,
dedicated
wow.
scouts take every
Okay,
day.
all right. I
You
did not
know,
know that.
yeah.
Scott adds to the show. He says, watch it twice the fun. Scott is watching from our YouTube channel today. So welcome to the show, Scott. And for all of those of you out there, if you have any questions or comments, drop it down, especially if you have shout outs. We like to recognize people on the show. And it looks like we've got folks from around the council so far joining us on the show today. And so we'll just continue on through it. Now, on top of the first question that we had was, what is Pathfinders? The second question is, who should go to Pathfinders, Wesley?
I would say, well, first, all scouts, there are options for them, but I would say first year Scouts BSA, it's a great option for them to go get a taste of Scouts BSA, how it's different from Cub Scouts, and to get a couple merit badges knocked out at least early on so they go into that court of honor with something that they can do. We have lots of merit badges that are, friendly for first time scouts, that are, quintessential, like first aid is one I would highlight there.
Oh,
That,
yeah.
that's a merit badge that every scout needs to get done, and getting it done at Pathfinders and getting those skills done focused in that way over a day, great opportunity. Another group, complete opposite in the spectrum, older scouts who just need 1 or 2 merit badges. Maybe you're a life scout and you've waited on those citizenships. You've got scouts like that. Great place to get those done is Pathfinder. Same thing, communication, sustainability. We offer, those E required, or, something that an older scout that you maybe need an elective. There are lots of different options you can take as well. One group that always comes, and I think one of the best things about having Pathfinders in the first place, is the ones who can't attend summer camp. I've had scouts who have had, doctors say, you really can't go to summer camp this year. But Pathfinders being there gives them that taste of summer camp, for that. Maybe it just the schedule doesn't work with your troop and you've got a really jam-packed schedule. Pathfinders is there. You can go as many days as you want. The drop-off pickup model really allows that. Like we talked about earlier, you just need a specific merit badge, or you have a restricted schedule. Stephen, what scouts have you noticed in your troop or that you met through Pathfinders that have benefited from this, Stephen?
Definitely those scouts who are looking for that very unique way to finish up Star Life or Eagle required badges. My own child is actually looking for a couple that is not offered at summer camp that she is able to pick up at Pathfinders this summer. So she's excited to be coming with us this summer. And those scouts, our troop, we're actually starting to organize a bit of a carpool. So that we're a little farther from Lanier. We're way out here at the edge of Gwinnett County, and getting those scouts who want the extra badges that we're not seeing in our summer camp schedule, and getting out there to Pathfinders to earn those too.
Right, and I think that's how this all got started too. Is just the high demand for those popular, especially first year merit badges, but some of the ones that get filled up quickly at summer camp, and maybe somebody just doesn't want to go to a whole extra week of summer camp. They just needed the one more. This is a great way, but that's a great endorsement and a great, a couple of great notes there, Stephen, because I don't know, just from the Scoutmaster perspective, a great addition to I guess what we were thinking about Pathfinders to begin with. But we'll talk more about this throughout the show, who should go or why your scouts should go. One of the things about Pathfinders, it is geared towards the individual scout, but how scouting works, we do encourage the whole troop to participate. So if this is something for your troop, even if it's just one day, maybe you've just got like the tail end of one of the weeks, and a great way to to have an activity for your early June, for the troop if your troop's not going to summer camp until July. Anyway, something to think about for everybody. And we'll carry on in the show unless you guys have other thoughts about who should go to Pathfinders, you guys.
I got one more thing too. I think that Pathfinders is great to get your kids out of the house. I know that a lot of parents, in keeping them engaged in scouting, sometimes in the summer we slow down a little bit outside of summer camp. This keeps them engaged with the program. During the winter, sometimes in spring, they're going to something every weekend. A lot of scouts are looking to keep that pace. Pathfinders offers that. Also, I'd say if you're taking COPE or something that takes up a lot of your time and you're not able to earn merit badges at summer camp, that's a really awesome opportunity. Don't not do that. That's a great thing for your scouts. But Pathfinders exists to supplement that. So if they need to get merit badges to stay on track for advancement, or they just want to do more things, Pathfinders is there.
Perfect point to point out. And of course,
I'll jump in on the other end if I can, real quick, Daniel. Those new scouts who are taking the TNT type programs at summer camp who don't have the room for badges and they feel a little left out, they have that opportunity as well for that end of summer Court of Honor to pick up just as many merit badges as their older scouts.
Perfect. Yes. That's good. And like, for instance, I was just going to ask too, Stephen, you guys are going to summer camp as well, right? Like you're doing a regular.
We are. Yes. Our troop is going.
So that I think it's a good thing to point out, like Wesley was saying, it's important that you go to summer camp with your troop, if you're able to. So, but Pathfinders is a good supplement to that. If for any reason that you're not, or even if you do and you just want something extra. So this is a great way to do it. How to do it? This is a simple one. This segment brought to you by the Camp Card. Wesley, what have you got? Which card?
The Sweetwater Camp Card's the international Sweetwater card here. But any card will do. You sell them. If you sell 9 cards, you'll pay for 1 day of Pathfinders. And if you sell 45 cards, that'll cover 5 days, the whole week. So we'll match here. Perfect. 90 cards. You can take as many classes as all 10 days. So
put that in there.
Camp cards, you still can sell until May 5th. Keep going.
Yep, there you have it, folks. Sell 9 cards. That pays for a day at Pathfinders. Or what was it for if you want to do 5 days or a whole week was 45?
45 cards. Knock that out.
So now you know what you need to do. That should be the goal. Are your guys selling camp cards? Your guys and gals selling camp cards, Stephen?
We are. One of our leaders suggested that his son's really selling them, suggesting that you need 1 for every car. So no matter what car you're driving, when you need to make that Waffle House stop, it's in the car with you.
Yes, it's always in the car with you. That's a great point. I was at a thing where where there were a lot of uniformed scouts, and I knew that several of them were hot and heavy in sales, and none of them had a card with them. And the question got brought up, Daniel, have you bought a camp card from somebody? And I said, no, I haven't. But I'm only going to buy a camp card from a scout in uniform in person. So there it is. But anyway, let's continue on to the program. That's how, by the way, that's one of the hows. The other how is registration. So registration is really easy, and you can get registered right now. Obviously, this is a promotional show. We're promoting the event, but the main point of this is to answer questions about how Pathfinders works, really. But registration is open now, and some of the popular merit badges are getting filled up, which is why you don't want to wait. Follow this QR code, zap that right now. I'll just biggie size that thing so you can see it real good. Or visit us on the web at nega-bsa.org. If you hit the search bar on the NEGA website and just type in the word Pathfinders, you'll go right to it. And so there it is. When you go to the Pathfinders website, when you go to the link that I just showed you, you will arrive on this page here. It says Pathfinders at the top, and it says registration now open. And I want you to just scroll all the way down. Scroll down until you see this stuff right here. And so you see, like, there's a big green button that goes all the way across the page. That's staff registration. So anybody that's we're going to talk about this later in the show, but anybody that's helping us out, volunteer, we rely on volunteers and merit badge counselors to put on Pathfinders. If you're looking for the registration for that, click that's it right there. That big green button says staff registration. For the scouts that are participating, they're grouped by week. So the first one on the left there is week 1. So whatever day, if you're going on Wednesday during the first week, click on the left button. If you're going, on Tuesday of the second week, anyway, you can see that, and the dates are listed right next to it. And just click register right there. It's a Tentaroo registration, and if you're familiar with our website or done that before, if you have any questions, though, pick up the phone, give us a call. We'll walk you right through it and try to make it as easy on you as possible. And then below the pictures there, that's downloadable stuff. Yeah, Wesley, did you have something to add there?
So I have one thing on registration. Any class, the classes we offer similar classes week 1 and week 2. We at least have one offering of every class on the list in week 1 and week 2. So if you know the week, just look for the classes you want to take, your availability, and click there. So you don't have to spend a whole bunch of time sorting. Do they teach that in week 1 or teach that in week 2? We have options in both weeks for every class.
Yep, trying to make sure that that's available in both of the weeks. So that's good to know too. If you want to know what is being offered when, the first downloadable on the list, so you can see where it says download stuff. The first thing on the list is the merit badge, or the offer, the list of offerings, and then some other items that you'll need in the downloadable section. So, and that is registration. To anything else to add to registration, you guys, that I missed getting registered? If you have trouble, you can go through your scout leader. Most troops have their own troop registration, and so you can do registration just all together through your troop, but really it's meant to be parents. You can go on and register your own scout yourself by clicking on the Tentaroo link, and hopefully we've made it really easy. You will have to start up your own login if you don't already have one, and remember which email address you use, because if you need to make any changes to your reservation, you can go on. You don't have to call. You can go on and make your own changes to your reservation. If you need to add lunch, you can go on and add lunch. Anyway, we're going to talk about all of that stuff later, but that's all to do right here on this link when you click on the link. And just to flash it up one more time, registration here, nega-bsa.org/pathfinders. And that's got all that information that we just talked about. So, all right, let's move on. How to be prepared, things that you need to bring to Pathfinders. Take a look at this list real quick, and Wesley, I'll let you walk us through this one.
Well, of course, you got to have pen and paper. You're going to be writing, taking notes, writing things down. Including in that, you need to bring the merit badge worksheet. Most counselors, at least many of them, really do want you to have that. We link those in your pre-event communication, but please bring those. Blue cards. A blue card is often a good thing to have as a fallback. We do upload to Tinaroo, but I will say, a scout should be prepared, have multiple options, and the counselor will know what you're doing. If you give them the blue card, they'll go and fill that out. But they do turn in those rosters, but you just want to make sure if you have one signed off by your scoutmaster, you can immediately go home, turn that in, and get your merit badge, as soon as possible. You need to wear your uniform. This is a scout event. Please wear a Class A uniform. We do an opening every day, very formal opening that we do. And,
Right.
It's a scout thing. We want to make sure that we look sharp and, we have, we represent our own units. So we know, who all is here. Three key things, this is summertime. You got to have your water bottle. You need to bring sunscreen because you never know, where your class is going to be taught. And you need bug spray because there are bugs in the outdoors. And key thing, bring your lunch or pre-purchase lunch. We
Yeah.
offer lunch, a really standard good pizza lunch with chips and cookies and water every day. Costs just $12 for one day, but if you purchase the whole week, it is only $50, which is $10 off. So you can buy the entire week as well. Where do you buy that? Right there in the class registration. So if you missed that, if you already signed up, make sure you go look back. But you register by day for lunch or by week, depending on how you do that. Steve, is there anything we missed that you think we should add? You can think of that. One thing I thought of: bring some money to spend in the trading post. So you get that exclusive
Yeah.
Scoutland merchandise. But Steven, anything else you can think of?
I'll just say from experience that those lunch signups were hiding all the way at the bottom. So if your scout is only maybe going like Monday or Tuesday, and then the classes repeat for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, keep scrolling, and you can find that lunch sign up there. And I'll definitely bring that money because my salesmanship students will definitely want to sell your scout something in the trading post during lunchtime. So
That's right. Souvenirs, the cool Scoutland belt, lots of fun stuff, patches, hats. That's when all the new summer stuff comes in, is during Pathfinders. I flashed up, Adam was on the show and he commented, he said, I will check my calendar. Oh, hey, I think this is a Pathfinders instructor. So maybe off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of week 2. I will let you know. Very good. And there's a link, Adam, at the end of the show when we talk about staffing. There's a special link, but also it's the green button on the on the on the page that we showed in the previous cell. So yeah, hey, be prepared and don't forget. Make sure to write your name on stuff. And I should say this is our Scoutmaster made us write our name and your troop number on all of your stuff. Anything that goes to camp with you that is not attached to you, then make sure to put your name on it. Scott says, get your coveted Scoutland bison belt. Yeah, those are going to run out, and when they run out, we're not ordering more. So limited edition bison belts that started last summer. Once those are gone, they're gone. I will tell you. Is that what I'm wearing right now? Oh, I was going to show it off. I'm not wearing it right now, but I had it on my uniform earlier today. But I've got one. Do you have one, Wesley?
Oh yeah, it's my favorite Scout belt.
Yes,
That
mine
I
too.
have.
Yeah. So yeah. Anything else that we need to make sure not to forget when we go to Pathfinders?
One thing I'd add too, you'll get pre-event communication. Every parent and
Oh
every
yeah,
scout gets that.
yeah. Thank you for mentioning that.
Please check that because some classes have, like if you're taking sneak peek, because we're going to get into some of the cool stuff, but aquatics merit badges, there may be things you need to bring just for that. But in terms of general stuff, this really covers all of those things here.
Right. And so some of that's a very good thing to point out. In helping you to be prepared, check your email, parents. It will come to your email address. There may be specific pre-event communication messaging for the merit badge that you're taking. So that's really critical, because the instructors take a lot of time to prepare all of that, and it might not come until a day or two before. So just be aware of that as well. There will be pre-event email communication coming to you. We're not going to call everybody. You got to check your email. So just be on the lookout for that. And it's not going to come a month out. It's going to come a couple of days out. So that's how it works. And just be prepared for your week ahead when it's time. Thank you for joining us on the show. And if you're just now joining us, be sure to drop any questions that you have or your shout out down in the comments right now and let us know you're here. It's a live stream broadcast of the Northeast Georgia Northeast Georgia Council from the 12 Point Studio. I'm your host, Daniel. And with me today, Wesley, the Sweetwater District Executive and Staff Advisor for the Pathfinders, and Stephen Bell, Scoutmaster of Troop 549. And guys, thank you. I know that we've got a hard out right at 6, so we're going to just plow on through it and keep going. Some of these slides we don't have to spend a lot of time on, but a couple of program highlights, of course, 40 plus merit badges, which we're going to talk about a little bit more in detail. But what's new? Wesley, tell us what's new. I didn't even list everything on this slide, but what's new for
Yeah.
Pathfinders in 2025?
I think the aquatics is the biggest thing that we're excited to have this year. We have 4, 5, 6 different merit badges, actually. We've got life-saving and swimming, those Eagle required merit badges that we're offering multiple times, as well as small boat sailing, canoeing, and motorboating and water sports. And those are filling up fast, y'all. So if you want one of those spots, I wouldn't wait till, even mid-April. I think you're not going to get one. So sign up if you want to do.
And I can see it now. Somebody's going to call and say, can you get one more in water sports? Nope. Don't even call.
No.
Not going to do it. Sign up now. No crying.
Very
no
true.
excuses. You got to get
Right.
those are going to fill up. We know they are. So if that's something you want to do.
There's some cool ones that we're teaching this year due to, feedback that we got in our surveys last year and from instructors as well as the youth. But search and rescue was one of those. Veterinary medicine was another one, and archaeology. So we're making an effort to, do those merit badges and make sure they happen. Interactive, fun merit badges to take from people who know a lot on those subjects. So
Perfect.
highlight those 3. Yeah.
We're actually going to go a little more in depth. So just
Let's
to
do
highlight
it.
a couple of areas. Now, ecology and conservation, and this again doesn't include all the badges in ecology and conservation, but for the students out there that have a high interest in ecology and conservation fields, this is a great way to get your start. This is what merit badges, I think, are all about, and we've got subjects like this throughout. So we're going to go kind of talk about all of these next few slides, but just kind of as a way to promote it. But forestry, fish and wildlife, actually anything with the word fish in it, we're offering it. That makes perfect sense, right? We're at Lake Lanier, and there's a lot of fishing things going on, and we're surrounded by fish on all sides. So anything with having to do with fish, we're offering it at Pathfinders. Make sure to get signed up on that. So, and we switched out a couple just to make it interesting on the ecology conservation side. I think which one is new? Is it insect study?
Insect study is a new offering that we did not offer last year.
Right.
We cycled nature off and put insect study in. So we're going to get to know our bugs really well this summer.
Right. Yeah. So, and we'll probably do that every year. We'll probably cycle a couple off and cycle some. There's a lot of ecology conservation. We can't do them all. So nature's out this time, but it's coming back soon. Just not this summer. So that's
Yes.
ecology and conservation. I know that there are a lot of folks out there interested in that subject alone. Learn the trades, Wesley. Guys, this is a great way to get started in the trades. We're offering 3 trade. We're actually offering quite a few trades. I didn't list all of them, Wesley. Is there some going
Yeah.
on here?
These are our 3 heavy hitting, I'd say, trades, like where it's really hands on stuff that, they're not going to get a chance to do like very many other options. If they get into that really cool program in their school, maybe, but, these are things that, having this camp property and having our network of scouters and people who want to give back to our community gives us, these options. And, welding, a great career that, youth don't get exposed to, but it's something, that it just seems scary, I think, but we do it in this very safe environment, have experts teaching it. That's one of the ones you have to check your email for. You got to wear all cotton if you're coming to do welding one day, but really, really cool. And they get to take home thing from that one as well. So I'd really encourage people to look at welding. Woodworking, a new one for this year. We have some people that said, hey, I would love to teach woodworking here. Even though it's a more complex merit badge, that's something, there's a lot of careers and or even though these things can be hobbies too, but
a lot of
things
folks
that can
know that we have a full woodworking shop, that we have a full wood shop down there at Scoutland. This is why we're able to offer it, because there's already a working wood shop there at Scoutland.
Yeah. And then automotive maintenance is always one of the favorite merit badges that we have. We're actually offering it more because it always fills up. If you're an instructor and you've got brakes that need to be changed and your oil changed, what a great opportunity to
Hey,
get your
come
brakes and
teach a
your oil
day at
changed on your car. Yeah, yeah, they do it. I know that one of our counselors last year, he brought one car in week one, the other car in week two. Got it. His kids did it. He supervised it, and it was a really great experience. Teaching the kids how to do that. And if you're a parent thinking about if you got a 14, 15, 16-year old, learn how to take care of that car, especially if they're going to drive a car that you're going to pay for.
absolutely.
You got to make sure they know how to take care of it. So it's a good thing just for life, but could lead to something, even a bigger picture thing. There are a lot of great jobs in automotive maintenance. And Scouts is a lot of times that great primer through a merit badge so that a kid learns about a passion they have. So encourage you to look at these three as well as more of what we're going to talk about here going
Wesley, my
next.
younger two took that automotive
Yeah.
maintenance last summer and just totally enjoyed it, are very willing to get out with me and be hands-on now too. So
Yeah,
just
Wow.
really opened
automotive
up some
maintenance can be
stuff.
scary. That's a good point for kids, and we don't see that enough. Where dads are teaching their kids to fix your own car. If that's something that is intimidating to you, this is a great way to get them started on it and get them interested in that thing. So, automotive maintenance and some of the other trades that we're going to be doing at camp. So, camp is a great place to do trades. Pathfinders is one of those. So always popular range and target, Wesley. So
Yes, archery and rifle. I think these, are some of the best opportunities. I know that a lot of times we have a lot of, for good reasons, we have safety regulations on these things and who can teach them. But our shooting sports team here in Northeast Georgia makes sure that we have lots of options for kids to take archery and rifle on our full ranges we have at Scoutland. I know that this one, from being a scout, even 15 something years ago now, I remember thinking, a lot of kids would come back from summer camp like, oh man, I didn't qualify. I feel like I wasted my whole week. This is a great
right.
opportunity to get re-exposed to the knowledge of it and have another shot at it. And even if they're not
Right.
able to finish in week one or, here at Pathfinders, it exposes them to that. So the future, when they do go to summer camp or they go to that shooting sports day at Camp Rainy Mountain, that they can take and they can be ready to roll and, finish up
Or,
those merit badges.
or the other way around. Maybe you went to summer camp and you took archery but didn't qualify. This is
Exactly.
this is one of the reasons why scouts will go and why these will fill up. By the way, these will fill up. So is that it's hard to find an instructor for range and target activities. This is one of them, and we offer it all of the days. And so maybe and it's also an affordable way to do this. So if you just need to finish up the merit badge, come for the whole thing and register as one of your days in one of the range and target classes. That's a great it's just again another great reason. Hey, listen, and we talked about this in the marketing part of it, but you know, probably if you were to poll teenagers today, what is the most popular answer to what do you want to do when you grow up? This is it right here is becoming an influencer. And can you think of a better way or a better environment for them to learn these things in? And we've actually been teaching these merit badges for a long time. Learn to be a real influencer, in other words, the scouting way, but also using the tools of social media and influencers and people that are professional content creators. When we take things like radio, animation, photography, movie making, those badges offered at Pathfinders and maybe that's your whole week. Maybe that's just the theme for the week is content creators or influencers. And you're going to take those four right there. This is just a great environment to learn in, but also great content to be made while you're in the camp setting, I think. Any other comments about influencers, guys?
I would say, with movie making last year, I saw, one of the groups made like a 16-minute movie, that they were able to do in that afternoon session, and
Oh gosh, yeah.
I watched it. It was pretty good for people that didn't know anything about movie making 4 hours ago. So, that's the a testament to our counselors right there too. But they get to really dive into these subjects, and Scoutland being a good place to get to take some interesting photography to
For sure.
experiment with radio while you're on the lake and where there's all these signals coming in, and then you've got movie making where you get to really dive in with the time And animation's a new one we've added this year, because there's demand for it, and just wanting to make sure that we expose scouts to more subjects that can in the influencing
Yeah, I think
type of
it'll
thing,
be
but
interesting.
creating content in those types of subjects.
Yes, I think it'll be interesting, and it delves into a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun subject matter to get into. Okay, well let's move on. Of course, we talked about aquatics, but we're offering back by popular demand. Not even sure why this one went away, but to begin with, obviously it's difficult to find qualified instructors for these. Is probably why, but we're committed to it now, and we've actually found instructors for some of the harder to reach badges in aquatics. But Wesley, what do you think, guys? What aquatics is coming back to Pathfinders this year?
Very excited, very, very excited. We've got a great team, an aquatics director who's, really serious about making sure that this will be a successful program.
Yep.
Remembers how it was before and wanting to make sure that it is, at least at that level, if not better. Little background, Daniel and I, last week we're looking at sailboats up at Scoutland, making sure, we have what it takes to make sure that this is premier, and we
Yep.
resourcing, takes the village. We've got people like, oh yeah, you can borrow my boat that day. We appreciate it so much, to make sure these kids can learn these skills on, on this lake that we have access to through this amazing property. So,
And when
Stephen,
Scoutland
yeah,
was first developed, of course, when Stephen and I were kids growing up here, Scoutland was just a primitive camp. There wasn't any summer programs going on, but when it was developed to be an aquatics camp. And so this just makes, in my opinion, perfect sense. We should always be doing aquatics. But we could do a whole week of just aquatics at Scoutland
definitely.
for Pathfinders. But I'm glad that we're doing all of this. This is a lot. So some of these things you can't take at summer camp either. At Camp Rainy Mountain, there's not a big enough lake to do things like motorboating or water sports. This is the one opportunity that we offer to do that. So aquatics, again, those are going to fill up. So make sure to get into that as quickly. Are some of your guys excited about this one, Stephen?
Absolutely, yeah. I know my own son's ready for small boat sailing. He can't wait to hoist a sail and drift around out there on the lake with that. And I think he was wanting to get into motorboating, and some other scouts are too. I think that's more day specific, Wesley, if I remember the schedule correctly. So
Yes.
Yes.
it did not match our days, but hopefully there leaves room for you to get your scout in that spot. So take
Yep.
a look.
Right. Right.
Perfect. Well, take a look at the schedule and join us. So, these are just kind of additional slides. Again, more on the subject of who should be going, or why are we going to? Yeah, these are the big reasons. This is the final one of this segment. But Pathfinders, we offer a lot of Eagle required merit badges, and like Wesley talked about at the top of the program, there might be some older scouts that this is really all they have left. This is all they need, and there's not an Advancerama coming up in the summer. This is your Advancerama in the summer. It's Pathfinders. So take a look real quick. Wesley, did I miss any here of the Eagle
No,
requirements?
we miscommunicate. Oh, no, communication's there. Sorry, I almost missed it. But I'd say first aid, cooking, and communication. We offer those every single day,
Cooking filled
because
up.
those three, sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, I was just thinking like cooking filled up almost immediately. I had questions about it, and
Yes.
I wasn't even on this project last year, but yeah,
Yeah.
cooking. Yeah. I'm sorry. Keep going. I was interrupting you there.
Cooking, first aid, communication, and we do those every single day. The citizenships. We try to make sure that we offer what we need to offer there to make sure that we have engaged larger classes. As much as a counselor will work with one scout, but we want to avoid because you'll work through the material very fast through the day. So, but we offer citizenship, community, nation, and world, and sustainability as well on multiple days a week, as well as life saving and swimming in our aquatics like we just talked about. So it's a great chance to get those done. So I would definitely
Perfect.
encourage you to sign up for these always fill up first, so sign up
Hey,
for
Oh,
these.
wow. Okay, that's good
I'll
to know
shout
too.
out sustainability real quick, guys. As a scoutmaster and a scout, it's the alternate to environmental science, and that was always a challenge to me and to some of my scouts. And I got the chance to teach
Right.
sustainability last summer. What a fun time! That was
Yeah.
an absolutely refreshing course. to teach the environmental side of things and prep scouts for Eagle Scout.
Awesome. Yeah. So I've always been interested. I think it's a great topic. I'm glad it's Eagle required. I know it's an alternate, but and we offered it Pathfinder. So perfect. Great way to knock that one out, you guys. All right. Well, that completes the segment on program highlights. So we'll move in. I know that some of this is going to have to move a little quicker than anticipated, but thank you for joining us on the show today. And if you are joining us and you haven't done so already, drop a shout out down in the comments and let us know what troop you're from. So we can, I don't know, give you the shout out. And also, if you have any questions, this is the moment. We've got our panel of experts here: Scoutmaster Stephen Bell, Wesley, the staff advisor for Pathfinders, and yours truly, Daniel Victorio, joining you on the show from the 12-Point Studio today. Okay, let's talk about my slides said check-in, but this is check-out. We already talked about check-in, right? So this is parent pickup, and just making sure that you see these notes here. Wesley, you want to take us through the parent pickup process there?
Yeah, pretty simple. We do drop off pickup. So pickup, how does that work? We're going to use all of Scoutland. We're going to be all spread out. So some classes may end earlier. Some go all the way to 4 p.m. 3:30 is the earliest. We really would like anybody to get checked out. Even if your scout says, hey, I want to go home, if they get their phone and they text you that. And I always suggest, unless they're doing one of these influencing badges, to leave the phone at home. But that's just my opinion. But if they do text you, still, like, we have supplemental programming. We're making sure we add things in so we can experience the fullness of the scout camp as well. So
Right.
3:30 p.m., people start lining up to pick up your kid. If there's a special circumstance, obviously you can communicate with us, but that is generally our
If somebody
protocol.
needs to leave early, we really don't want you to, though. We want you to stay for the full day. But also just for our own protocol and security reasons, students must be signed out by a parent, and you'll indicate to us on your first day which one, what adult that will be. But really,
Yes.
most important to point out for all students, don't just leave. Even if you're one of the ones that drive, there's going to be one or two that drive themselves. Parents, make sure that we know that on the front end, and don't just leave. Make sure to check out properly when departing for the day, because this is a pickup and drop off event and activity. And then also just important to point out, there is supplemental program, so stay for all of that. You paid for it. I know it's an affordable program, but stay for it. That's that's what you're here for, is to be there. It's not just about the merit badges; it's about all of that, all of the things about being at camp.
Real quick, let me ask you, Wesley, as a parent with scouts coming, when you say lineup begins at 3:30, am I lining up and staying in my car, or am I parking and walking to a point at Scoutland to pick up my scout?
I would definitely. So Daniel and I were working through this week.
I was
Definitely
going to say
check
it
your
might
pre-event
change.
communication. Yeah, definitely check pre-event communication. We're really trying to think about how to clean up this process to make sure, every year we review these things. We may have the parents come out and meet us at the gate to sign up their kid, or we may come up with some other sort of plan. I know that there's always, special circumstances that don't always make that possible. Usually, though, I would say if it's your scout's last day there, you should come check them out and check out the trading posts while you're there and get you, as an adult, one of those belts as well.
Right.
But you can also, I would say, make sure the kid gets their patch and their med form back is very important. Because kids sometimes you don't want them just to check off and blaze off without those things, and then you're coming back out to Scoutland to get those things later.
Right. If it's your last day there, that's the day you get your patch, and also your last chance to get any souvenirs at the trading post. And so that's important, I guess, to point out too. So let's, but good question. And by the way, so we didn't have the specific procedures because we are sort of trying to look at that, and we may have to tweak it for this year. But really, I guess what's reassuring to parents for you to know is that there will be a procedure, and it has to do with safety and protocol. So just making sure that you know that and follow those procedures. It'll be in your pre-event communications. All right. Are we allowed to camp at Pathfinders, Wesley?
Yes. but it is a bit more of a complicated process. I get this question a lot, especially when a troop says, we all want to come up for this day. Can we camp? Yes. The only restrictions we have is you can only camp for 2 nights at most because we are the style of camp we are and the regulations we're under from the BSA, which there's a lot of reasons for that, meaning that, nobody's on property as a scout for more than 72 hours at a time,
Right.
straight at least. So, we have camping options. You just need to contact either the camping office, myself, or Daniel. We'll make sure we get that set up. There are limited options though. And we'll make sure that, we get you into a good space because we want as many people to attend this program as possible. And, we don't want not having somewhere to stay close by to be the
Right.
thing that keeps you from that.
I guess I should point out too that if you do camp out overnight, there is an overnight fee that's not included in your Pathfinders registration, but you do that with the camping office when you make your camping reservation. Also, they're not going to let you make any mistakes, so they won't let you accidentally, book 5 nights in a row or whatever. They're going to make sure that you're aware of the 72-hour rule and that sort of thing. But just so you know, there are camping options. We get that question a lot, and I don't want to discourage it. I think one of the things about scouting is that camping is a part of the big adventure, but it's not kind of the focus of Pathfinders necessarily. There are some of you that it would make your life easier if you're doing 2 days in a row, if you could camp out overnight. But so we just have to make sure that there's leadership provided, and that sort of thing as well, so that there's not just scouts running around. That we will have our own leaders there, but the best method for camping is that a unit camps under its own leadership. So we have to stick to
Yes.
that as much as possible. Let's talk about lunch options here. Now, obviously, you
Yeah,
want people to bring their own lunch, right?
right. I won't spend too much time on it. Yeah, bringing your own lunch is, a lot of times the best policy, especially if you have dietary restrictions, especially if that's to do with cheese or gluten, because we're going to have pizza most days. Now, staff lunches, we'll talk about that maybe later. They're a little different. We, make sure our counselors are well taken care of in terms of lunch because 10 days of pizza for an adult sometimes will put you
I would
through it.
do
So
10 days of pizza, by the way. I would
I
do
would
pizza.
not. So,
I
yeah, but
appreciate the
Daniel, you're,
options. It really helps.
I
yes.
love pizza.
Yeah. Well, you get chips, a snack, usually like Oreos or something, and then the drink is going to be water because that's what they need to be drinking because don't need to get
Amen.
dehydrated. And then there's still, if they want those extra snacks or those, those Powerades, things like that. Guess what? The trading post has
The
those things
trading
and will
post
be
is
open
open.
every day. So
That's right, yeah.
those options exist just like a scout camp would have, the
It's
summer
good
here.
to know too that your lunch options can be you can purchase just one meal for one day if you're only coming for one day. But if you're coming for the whole week, you can save by purchasing the full week's meal option. And I think you'll save about $10 on the full week's option. So that's still pretty affordable, and a good deal, I guess, if you want to do that. The lunch options that are available. And just to reiterate, we have no we're very limited in our ability to accommodate any special dietary restrictions. So, which is why we really encourage you to bring your own lunch. Do we need staff still, Wesley, or do we have enough? We have enough
Yes,
help.
we have a lot actually. We're doing well, but we still need more. So if you are a merit badge counselor and would love to serve and give back this summer on one day, 2 days, 10 days, maybe even, we have options for you to teach. We have many classes. If you saw something in this show that I really do know a lot about that, even if you're registered or not, we can help walk you through that process.
Yeah.
Or if you know somebody who would be a great teacher for that, maybe somebody in the community that you're connected to, maybe somebody who teaches that program professionally or really is an expert on that subject, would encourage them to join our staff. It's a great way to give back, meet some of our scouts from all around Georgia, even, and get to dive
Mhm.
into a subject with them for one day of June or more.
So I hear
Stephen,
that
what
a
is
lot too,
the,
Wesley.
yeah.
Where a parent's like, "Well, I don't know what to do to be a merit badge counselor." So where do you the best place to learn, because we provide all the resources and we're required to do certain parts of this training, and we're required to register everybody that's a merit badge counselor, is to do it with Pathfinders. We're going to literally walk you through the whole process of becoming a merit badge counselor, and it's easier than you think. And listen, hey, you could do the whole thing and just only teach it the one day. If you never want to teach it again, that would be okay with me. But I think you're gonna see how rewarding it is. I mean, Stephen, you were a merit badge. I mean, you and I, we worked on camp staff together. So I
We
think, I
did.
guess in our even in our teenage years, we probably knew we were going to be merit badge counselors, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I remember helping develop salesmanship at Rainey,
That's right.
running it
Yeah.
at that trading post there. And then I'm so excited it's now at Scoutland too for Pathfinders.
Yep,
Uh,
that's exactly right. Yeah.
Find
So
your
yeah,
passion, plug in with it. We have a merit badge for that.
that's exactly right. And then also just because like some of the merit badge counselors that we get over the last few years has been because somebody's really passionate about that badge and said we should be teaching this. I'll be the teacher. Great. And that's why we're able to offer such unique, offerings at Pathfinders that in some cases are different from the from the summer camp offerings. From most summer camps, there's a lot of badges that we're offering that most summer camps do not, and so that's the, I guess, kind of big value in Pathfinders. If you haven't had a chance, check out our website nega-bsa.org/pathfinders, or hit that QR code. I'll flash that back up at the end of the show again today too. But guys, what other do you have any closing comments about Pathfinders today? Thank you for joining us on the show, by the way, Stephen.
Absolutely. It's been a blast. Thanks for having me. My
And
big closing thought was if anything in this sounded interesting to your scout or to you for being a counselor, try it for a day. That is the only real commitment you have to make.
right,
It's just one day, give it a shot. And if there's still room and you had a good time, we'll get you in another day too.
that's exactly right. There's really no excuse because we're offering 10, and you could just do it for one day. I think, right, Wesley?
Right. Yeah. I was talking to, on that note, I was talking to a guy who Eagle Scout out of Troop 549 right there at Mountain Park
Mhm.
United Methodist, right where he just got my Stephen back in 1991. And he teaches welding at Gwinnett Tech, and he also has his own business where he teaches welding to people called Spark Forge Labs. Reached out to him. He hasn't taught a merit badge since he probably was a scout, but he is jumping in, saying, well, welding is something I learned in scouting, got exposed to, and now it's my whole career. And, I know lots of people that got exposed to welding through scouting. And so
Oh man,
he's given
Fantastic.
in on both Mondays. They're going to be sponsoring and teaching that, and bringing in that expertise. So, this is a great way. Don't be intimidated by merit badge counseling. It really is an intro to a subject, and they're not going to be necessarily an expert by the end of it, but they will be knowledgeable and know a lot about it. So it's a great way to
absolutely.
give back.
Yeah. You guys, listen, we're reaching the end of our show, but scouts out there, if you have any other comments, questions, or shout outs that you'd like to leave us, we'll let you have the last word. We've got Stephen here, a Scoutmaster and a Pathfinders instructor. And we've got Wesley, the staff advisor for the Pathfinders project. That is, we're here now. But if you have a question later on, or if you're watching on the rebroadcast, drop it down in the comments either way, either on our YouTube channel or on either of our Facebook's channels where we've broadcasted this special live stream broadcast. And we'll get the answers to you as quickly as possible. That's the whole point of the show and why we wanted to do this. Wesley, this is a great idea. And I appreciate you being willing to be on with us, Stephen. And for all of us here at the Northeast Georgia Council, it's going to be a great Pathfinders, I think.
Sounded like it.
You guys,
Yes,
any
sir.
other comments before we close out the show? Again, we are looking for staff, so I put this one up. Oh, I always point the wrong way. I put this one up. Hit that QR code and join the staff and be a merit badge counselor.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope to see you all there, scouts,
It
scouters,
is, yeah.
everybody. We're going to have a great time. So looking forward to it.
Stephen, you got any other comments or anything that you want to share about Pathfinders?
I would definitely talk it up with your patrol, with your friends. Find those carpool points too. You don't
Oh
want to
yeah,
miss out. Yeah.
that was actually a great thing. We didn't even plan to talk about carpooling, but you'll have friends in your troop that want to go, it makes it easier for them to decide to go if you can be one of the carpool partners for one of the days. Thank you, moms and dads, by the way, that carpool
Yes.
and get all of our scouts to Scoutland each and every day. And I know because Wesley and I are here in Gwinnett County too. We know that that's a long haul. It's, on a good day, 45 minutes. That's with no traffic. And so carpooling is kind of an essential part of it. This is brought to you from the 12 Points studio. And join us if you haven't ever joined us before. We're kind of coming in at a weird time, middle of the week, right at the 5 o'clock hour. So there's, some people joining us that have never seen our show before, but we do a little live stream called 12 Points. It's on usually the Sunday following your regular roundtable dates. And our next one coming up April 13th at 7 p.m. For those of you that are regular watchers, that's a new time, by the way. We usually start at 6. We're going to start at 7 p.m. and it's the 12 Points live stream. Also, we do a little show every Sunday in between. That's a pre-recorded show, but the 12 Points mini episodes. And all of these are tips, tricks, and best practices on helping you to be better prepared for your next big adventure to Northeast Georgia and beyond. So we hope you'll join us for these shows. And if you like this kind of content, will you click that like button and be sure to subscribe to our channel, because it helps out our channel. Leave a comment or a shout out down below. We want to say thank you on behalf of the 12 Point Studio and all of us here for the Pathfinders show, saying thanks, and we'll see you at camp. Stephen, Wesley, you guys, great job on the show today. It was their first live stream. You guys, give them a big round of applause. Yep, there we go. So, hey, and if you enjoyed this video, maybe you'll like some of these other videos. Great job, everybody. Thanks for being on. I'm going to end out the live stream here after the 10-second